before I do the giveaway, we have some news to cover. It's been a long time since we covered the news, but there's been some really big changes today. Arrival. So, without further ado, we haven't gotten to do this in a long time.
A new arrival.
Hello! Welcome back to the newsroom. Welcome to Chili's. Hello, all of you. My desk was very dusty. I haven't been in here in ages. But we're back, and we've got some important things to tell you. We are only here for important things. If you see me in this room, there's not important things to say, because we are only here for the important stuff. So, without further ado, I don't even know what ado means. I don't know who made that word. Game update notes, April 28th, 2020, which is today. I don't have a watch, that was a mole. World Polish. I don't know how the Polish are involved. Moving on. We fixed a rare bug that could prevent players from being awarded with profit shards from the Forging Steel mission. That affects no one. Build template loading has been disabled in Super Adventure Box to prevent players from regaining class features by switching templates. This is actually funny. Let me give you an example of a class feature. When a soul beast merges with a bird, they can do the swoop thing and dash forward like 1,000 feet. If you were swapping templates within Super Adventure Box, you could sometimes get that back. So, yeah, you know, Firebrand's getting back their tomes and getting stability and just walking through all the things. It was insanity. So that's been fixed. Salve.
Whenever you get a chance, there was a guy in chat who asked as a new player what class would you recommend. Maybe these patch notes will help you make a recommendations, lol.
Who the hell is talking right now? No thank you, God. I don't need any. The salvage all masterwork and lower right click option in salvage kits will no longer be highlighted as an available option for players who don't have any masterwork gear. It is a very small quality of life. The button won't be there if you don't need the button. Sell junk option in vendors will now be grayed out for players who don't have junk. Okay, chat, we're getting to the good stuff now. Engineer jump shot, that I believe is rifle 5. That's when they fart so hard, they fly through the air and then they land on top of you and fart again, and it does damage at both ends of the fart. This skill will no longer ignore immobile. So if they're rooted to the ground, they don't just toot toot and then they're rooted at the other end. They just stay rooted, as they should have all along. No scope fixed a bug in which this trait would grant might. This trait gives fury. There's nothing about this trait that gives might, and it was apparently just making them mighty for no reason. Typical engineers. Vault, that's the pogo stick ability for daredevils, where they're like, boing, killed you, boing. Also no longer removes immobile. Now, they still evade while vaulting, but if you can catch them during their touchdown and root them, they actually stay rooted like a normal mortal. How exciting. We're just gonna sum this up here. There are many new things in the in-game store. In addition, to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Guild Wars franchise, the new Prince Rurik, that's a guy from Guild Wars 1, cape has been added to all accounts for free in the style category of the gem store. If you didn't notice, in the gem store right now is a free cape. Chat, get your cape. Get your cape. You gotta claim it now. To welcome returning players to Tyria, the Grothmar Valley bound by... You know what, let me zoom in on this a little bit for you guys. The Grothmar Valley bound by blood, that's Living World, Living Saga, Icy World, it's free for 7 days. And then for the next 7 days, the first part of Biora is free. And then for the next 7 days, the current part of Biora is free. So if you keep logging in, you'll get all caught up on Icebrood Saga. All right? Additionally, there are some bug fixes. I honestly don't even think these are worth reading. And Path of Fire is currently 50% off. Now, let's go down here to more stuff that is very important. Fixed a bug where the glitched adventure mace was too glitched and did not animate. To be fair here, this mace could have been doing anything broken, and they could have just said that that's how it's supposed to look. I think that would have been funnier. Elementalist Tornado. In PvP only, they increase the cooldown by 30 seconds. When is the giveaway? Later, we're doing the news. It's going to be in a little bit. It's going to be within like 20 minutes. So, 30 seconds increased cooldown on Tornado. I'm completely okay with this. It was only 1 minute cooldown, and it's a very strong skill, and they're all using it. Lightning Rod, power coefficient reduced. This means it's going to do a tiny bit less damage. Not a big nerf, but a little bit less damage in PvP and World v World. Engineer. Oh baby, chat, buckle up. This is a big one. Mortar Shot. That's the Mortar Kit's one ability. Damage has been reduced slightly. Not a massive nerf, but it's been reduced slightly. Poison Gas Shell, that's the Poison Mortar Shot. Half. Endothermic Shell, that's the Icy Cold Mortar Shot. Half. Flash Shell, that's the Blinding Mortar Shot. Mother muckin' half. Hard Light Arena. This is the thing where they make everything glow around them and they summon a little one-man rave because no one else was invited, and it just cures all their conditions, and most of the time they run a trait where their conditions all turn into boons and they suddenly have every buff in the game and they're ready to be a one-man wrecking crew. It had a 30-second cooldown, now it's 50. Still insanely strong. Emergency Elixir. This is the trait where when they're low health, it automatically gives them a massive barrier. It had a 60-second cooldown. Now it has 100. Transmute. This is the trait that anytime they have 2 or 3 conditions on them, they're like, and they just brush that crap right off, and they get some boons, I think. It had a 60-second cooldown, also automatic, 0 skill involved. Now it has a 100-second cooldown. I'm honestly surprised it's not more, because so many abilities that were automatic got changed to 300-second cooldowns. Y'all seen those? I don't know why it's like this, but they got away with some stuff. And lastly for Engineer, Bomb Kit Skill 1. Got a small nerf in World v World only. I've seen some videos of engineers literally walking through piles of people, it sets down a bomb at your foot. And they're walking through piles of people, somehow completely unhindered and murdering everybody. So that's been nerfed a little bit. Guardian, Permeating Wraith. Reduce the burning duration from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds, World v World only. Permeating Wrath, I'm pretty sure, is the trait that makes their F1 hit more often. The one where every third hit burns, it makes it hit faster. So that has been nerfed slightly, but only in World v World. Necromancer. Oh, this is gonna be good. Death Shroud. Increase the life force loss per second from 3 to 4%. That doesn't seem like much, chat. That is a 33.3% increase to how fast their shroud wears off automatically. Math. Ritual of Life. This is the skill where when they kneel down and start reviving someone, it automatically summons a blood well and revives them insanely fast. Reduce the revive from 4% per second to 1% per second. Oh my god. So, wow. That trait might not be worth taking anymore in PvP. I don't know. We might actually see some Blood Necros not take that trait. That's going to be insane. So they can still like pull people over to them and start resin, but it's not just gonna pop them up in 1 second. Oh my god. Fear of Death. This is whenever they fear you, they would get 15% of their shroud bar filled up. Nerf down to 7. I don't know this is gonna have a huge effect on these things, but it's been nerfed down to 7. Unholy Sanctuary. This is the trait that automatically puts you in Shroud with 0 skill when you were about to die if you had Shroud left. So you never got caught by surprise. Your pants were always up. This trait is pants always up. Cooldown increased from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Yes! Oh my god, yes. So, I honestly think Necromancer is still gonna be really good. I really do. But yes, everything I just said, PvP, PvP in World v. World, PvP, PvP. Everything I just said, like, they're still gonna be very strong. They didn't nerf your whole thing where when you leave Shroud, you shed every condition in the freaking game. You know, your damage was completely untouched. The amount of fears you do is completely untouched. But oh my god, these are all welcome changes. Okay. Ranger. You guys might think I'm bothered by this. I'm not. As you all know, I play the Icy Hot build, the best build. I use my Greatsword for swoop and block. It hits like a wet noodle. So, I am not bothered by these, but let's take a looky-loo. Maul. Increase the cooldown. Now, they just recently increased the cooldown of Maul from 4 to 6 seconds, chat. They just recently raised the cooldown from 4 to 6 seconds. Now they're raising it from 6 to 8. It is now double the cooldown it was like a month ago. So Maul, less Mauls. Now, they can still do Maul, Bash, Maul, because Bash resets the cooldown on Maul, but less of them in a fight. Swoop. This is the Greatsword skill where you go, nyong, and you zip in a line. Cooldown increase from 15 to 18 seconds. I'm kind of bummed out about that, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's 3 more seconds. Counterattack. They recently raised the cooldown of this from 20 to 25. Now it's from 25 to 30. Jesus! So the only block we've got in the game has had its cooldown increase from 20 to 30 seconds in the last, like, 2 months. So that's up there. Hilt Bash. That's the stun on the... Chat, this is literally Greatsword 2, 3, 4, and 5. The entire Greatsword is just getting whacked. Hilt Bash is the Greatsword stun. Is getting 5 more seconds on his cooldown. Attack of Opportunity. Oh my god. Chat. Attack of Opportunity is when you use your Greatsword 2, that's Maul, or you proc it from marksmanship. Your pet's next hit is 50% harder. Have y'all ever been hit for like 10k from a tiger or a bird? Attack of Opportunity. That's what that is. It's been nerfed from 50 to 25. I don't even care. Doesn't affect me. 50 to 25. So, it might still be nasty, but it's gonna be a lot less nasty. Speaking of tigers, Furious Pounce coefficient reduced by 25%. So it's losing big damage there and big damage there. Okay? Gazelle. I don't really care about this. The Gazelle Kick is the one where it would rear up on 2 legs and then try to like Liu Kang bicycle kick you in the face. And most of the time you would take 1 step to the right and the whole thing would whiff. Kick rarely landed on someone unless they were downstate. But its damage has been nerfed by 33%. Charge. This is the one where they do the giant dash in a line, they completely miss the target, and they zip off into the sunset, and by the time they get back, they do it again, and it's the reason I hate this pet. Its damage has been nerfed very slightly. Because they took all the damage away from Headbutt, this is the only big damaging skill the Gazelle really still has. I'm very surprised there's no birds on here. Again, Ranger main here. I'm very surprised there's no bird nerfs here. Also, I'm very surprised there's not a Revenant section after this. Chat, what the hell? There's no Revenant section in this? Thief. Choking gas increased cost from 6 to 7 seconds. Now, from watching Thief players, I don't play them because I have class. From watching Thief players, the biggest moment I notice them using it is when there's a pile of people that are trying to do a revive, or a Revenant summons their big pile of spirits. They will fire choking gas at the pile of spirits, and it will shut down the whole pile. One whole initiative, that can definitely influence their stuff. So, I don't know. I didn't think choking gas was a problem, but apparently they did. All right, chat. If there's any build you loved that survived everything I just read, now's the moment where you start getting nervous all over again. Knight Amulet, Cavalier Amulet, and Barbarian Amulets have been completely removed. Paladin Amulet has been nerfed. Now, for those of you that do not know what that is, these amulets are the ones that had power, and then either vitality or toughness, and then either precision or ferocity. They were power, big hit, and had survivability. Those 3 amulets were completely toasted. They're gone. And then the Paladin Amulet, which I think has like power, something else, either precision or ferocity, I don't remember which, and it had 500 toughness and 500 vitality. It lost 100 of both. So it lost 200 total stats on the Paladin Amulet. So, any major power builds? Like, almost every major power build was using Knight or Barbarian, and now they're not. So we'll see what they're gonna be doing. So yeah. As someone who is hardly affected by this at all, the only thing that affects me is this right here. These 2 lines. I use greatsword solely for travel and for blocking. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I'll change weapons, I don't know. The rest of this, I'm just like, my opponent's weakened before me. Oh yes. So, Necros, Power Rangers, and anyone using these amulets really got a kick in the teeth. Oh, and Engineers. And then there was just a dash of maybe 1 tooth kick for Elementalist and Guardian and Thief. So, pretty good stuff. The second thing to go over, chat, but wait, there's more. Welcome back to Guild Wars 2. This is a post that came out today. I mentioned this earlier, but now I can show it to you, because some of you are visual learners. From April 28th to May 4th, Prologue Bound by Blood is free. So, if you claim it right now in the store, it's yours forever. From May 5th to May 11th, Whisper in the Dark is free. Claim it once, yours forever. May 12th to May 18th, Shadow in the Ice is free. So, if you missed any of those, or you're a brand new player, if you log in at least once a week during the next 3 weeks, you're gonna get some old episodes unlocked for free. This is part of their 15 years of Guild Wars Guild Wars celebration. Additionally, we've also got an in-game buff. Enjoy 30% magic find, 50% more experience, 30% more World v World reward track, and 30% more PvP reward track during this time period. And, as I mentioned earlier, 50% off of Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire. Chat, if you need Path of Fire and you don't win it in my giveaway today, or if you've been thinking about getting an alt account to get more free Mystic coins, 50% off. Muckluck has a referral link. Kisses. All right, chat. Now, we're going to the not nearly as good as this news segment of Muckluck and his giveaway. Love you guys. See you next time.